oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive
Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are extremely well in all your ways, and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. There has never been an opportunity to choose that. To do just that. Wow, I'm even speaking faster, family, than I can actually whatever. But there has never been an opportunity like the one we're currently in for you to really move into the life of your dreams. You know what I mean? For us to move into the Africa of our visions, of our wildest dreams, family, because it's all about our thoughts and our emotions. And so much has been done collectively to break down the chains that was over our group consciousness as an African people, as a global black nation, and to cut off all those mental chains of slavery, where we were told we were the lack continent, and yet we were the ones who were supplying all the minerals, all the gold, all the diamonds to the world. Being told, we were poor when we're actually not. When you look at our natural resources and how the natural resources are moving around the world, we're among the richest. And so a lot has been done to break down. Those were the chains of slavery, family, because no matter what you wanted, you could never achieve you could never achieve your dreams, or you could never achieve, the life you wanted, because of all these, limitations that were placed on you since birth. Probably not just even in your mother's womb, but since your mother, for a few generations. And the only way to make it was literally to become an Oreo, was literally to become a Mzungu, which is why right now most of the motherland is governed by Oreos, by sellouts, by Mzungu's, family. It's only those who have broken those shackles that are taking the stance like Ibrahim Traore. And it was by design. You see, because we were brought, the minute we adopted their languages, we entered their matrix, we entered their world, because we were describing ourselves and our reality using their words. We were moving in our world, at least when it came to politics and all these other stuff, in their world. Where you're using the Bible, and then someone was saying the other day that the Bible is actually copyrighted by the British royal family. I mean, it's just, we lost our minds, family. But we are in the season where our minds come back to us. And, special shout out to the sponsor of today's show, who has written an amazing book called Trying Times, which maps out literally what I've just said, how we went from being gods and goddesses to literally like being out of our minds, family. Living in slums, not able to create or manifest anything. So definitely check out his book, Greg. You can get it on Amazon. All the links are down below. And I'm actually going to play a short clip where he listens to the book, and then we'll be right back.
Wake up, Africa!
Trying times from the pyramids to the projects. Thoughts and poems addressing critical issues of our times, spiritually written to scientifically engage the reader into our higher consciousness. Remove the veil of deception, the importance of the black family and all families. Evil has no place in our emerging new season. A poem in the book titled, Israel Goddamn, moving the individual and ultimately humanity to a higher state of existence. Available on Amazon.
Welcome back, family, to Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. And, I don't know how many minutes I'm into this, but what I was actually going to talk about today is how millions and millions of people around the world, of Africans around the world, actually showed up for Ibrahim Traore's, global rally. And I did talk about it on my TikTok shortly, very briefly, family. But I'll try and add a few of the clips from all over the world at the end of the show. But people from the crowds in France were massive. Divided Kingdom, Germany, Jamaica, Ghana, Belgium, Gabon. And millions and millions actually showed up in Burkina Faso, to the point where it caught the attention of the world, but it definitely caught the heart of Ibrahim Traore. And he came out on his X and he gave a statement just saying, thank you so much for standing in solidarity with me and a free and liberal Africa, etc., etc., etc. I'll add that clip at the end of this as well. Very heartwarming moment, family. And, he was like, in solidarity, we will be the nation we will be the ones that liberate the global African nation. Well, Africa, let me just, I'm global, I'm even going too far. And it's crazy how many people have reached out to him and to Burkina Faso to find out how they can join his army and help him. I was being told the wizards, the juju men of his nation and other nations in that region in West Africa have also come together to secure him and to make sure that they battle all those against him. But someone actually reached out to me and was so upset because he said that, the media, the Western media, the BBCs and the CNNs of this world gave the whole story a total blackout. No one featured it. No one talked about it. And I was actually upset at him because I was like, why you even... Well, first of all, you still watch them. So this is how I even found out, just a disclaimer, I don't watch these guys, but that's how I actually found out that this was not covered in mainstream media. Anywhere, family. Anywhere. But there was so many, my Instagram, I must have the right algorithms. My TikTok was flooded. And on my X, I have retweeted so many of people sending pictures of crowds of people. And then our people speaking out and saying, hands off Traore, hands off Africa. Like, this is such an epic moment, family. But the Western media, of course, they're not going to cover it because they're telling their stories. And, I actually don't even think they didn't cover it because they didn't want our people to know. I think they didn't cover it because they don't want their people to know. Especially how big those crowds were, like in Paris. Like, damn, that's how many black people are there. Even New York had an outpouring. But I think the reason the Western media didn't tell their story is because this does not help their people. This will probably maybe put fear in their people. Because, they always want to make it a duality reality, us versus them, when it's really not about that. It's a consensus reality. But those are stories for other days. So, let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comments below, family. But Western media not covering something should not mean it didn't happen. And this is why if we still need our global news station. Maybe the Most High and the ancestors will bless me to create it at this point. But that's why we need to create a really strong community. We're already connected spiritually, emotionally, on a soul level. We've hit that tipping point where our consciousness is awake. Because you don't need a majority, you just need enough. And don't forget all the children who are under 18, who are the ancestors returned. So we've hit that tipping point. And if you want to feel the African great mind, you can. The African great consciousness. And it's shifting, family. We're not even in a tug of war for it. We are the ones who now, we've released it from the mental slavery of Babylon and of Rome. And now we have to rewrite the story because a lot of our people only have the narratives of Babylon. And that's on purpose. So it is up to us, the storytellers, the seers, the creators, the creative energies, to fill in the gaps for our people. Because what a time to be alive, family. What an amazing time to be alive. Anyway, special shout out to the sponsor of today's show. Thank you so much, Greg. Definitely check out his book, Trying Times, where he literally looks at what happened to us through great poetry that has all kinds of codes, family. And he looks at how we went from the pyramids to the projects. I'm going to end with his tape, with his little clip telling us about his book, family. You can get it on Amazon. The links are down below. And if you'd like to sponsor a show, definitely get in touch for more details. mumbi.seraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja.
Wake up, Africa.
Trying times from the pyramids to the projects. Thoughts and poems addressing critical issues of our times, spiritually written to scientifically engage the reader into our higher consciousness. Remove the veil of deception, the importance of the Black family and all families. Evil has no place in our emerging new season. A poem in the book titled, Israel Goddamn, moving the individual and ultimately humanity to a higher state of existence. Available on Amazon.
Wake up, Africa.
Je veux voir les millionnaires. Sila, Sila. Romy 226.
Various organizations will also take the floor and show you how they help Burkina and the whole Africa, because we don't want what has happened to Kwame Nkrumah, Sankara.